Nothing happened in my house until I brought my baby home from the hospital.
I bought my house in January 2023, a brand new build where I'd be the first owner. It felt perfect until July, when I brought my baby home. That's when the oddities began. One quiet morning on maternity leave, my baby woke up crying for a bottle. I tiptoed out to the kitchen to prepare it. Suddenly, I heard a deep voice, a man's voice, muttering something, just one quick word. Instantly, my baby stopped crying. I rushed back to the room, and there he was, staring off into space with a huge grin on his face, completely content. "Thanks, Ghostman," I chuckled, and just like that, our household acquired a new member, Ghostman. Growing up in a haunted house, and later living next door to another spooky place, I didn't spook easily. But my fiancé, he's a different story. One night, while he was feeding our dogs, something strange happened. Our Graco swing, which hadn't been touched in days, suddenly turned on and began swinging at its lowest setting. He came rushing into the room, eyes wide. "What the heck just happened?" he stammered. I just laughed. "Looks like Ghostman wanted to give the baby a ride." Then there was the baby monitor incident. We bought a motion-sensing camera for the nursery, but since our baby was sleeping in our room, it was mostly idle. One day, I noticed the monitor unplugged from the wall. "Would you unplug it?" I asked my fiancé. His face went pale. That thing kept turning on by itself. "I'm not dealing with Ghostman today." We soon realized Ghostman was particularly drawn to our baby's nursery. Fast forward a few weeks, my fiancé's parents came to visit, staying in the guest room right next to the nursery. One morning, as we lounged on the couch, my father-in-law casually asked, "How'd you sleep?" I replied, "Fine," but then he said something that made my blood run cold. "Really? Because I heard you both going in and out of the nursery all night." My fiancé and I exchanged a confused glance. "That wasn't us," I insisted, but my father-in-law's expression turned serious. "No. I distinctly heard one of you opening and closing the door and rummaging around at least 3 times." We looked at each other, a mix of disbelief and amusement. "Sorry, dude," I said with a grin. "It's just Ghostman." The activity has calmed down over the past few months, but every now and then, we catch a hint of him, an unexplained sound or a flicker of light. If anyone's curious for more stories, I've got plenty. After all, with Ghostman around, life is never boring.